So if you guys don't know, I currently attend Valor Christian College. It's a Bible college in Columbus, Ohio. And today I'm going to be telling you guys my testimony and how I came to go to this school. So basically this is a class project that I have where I have to make a video, you know, what led up to me coming to Valor Christian College. And I was like, you know what, I might as well just post this as a video just to hopefully have my testimony inspire some of you guys. Maybe I'll be seeing some of you guys soon, or maybe it'll help you guys with your walk with God as far as listening to God and all of that. So if you guys don't know, there is a pastor called Pastor Rod Parsley, which is a very popular Pentecostal preacher. He is the leader of World Harvest Church and City Harvest Network, which is like a huge Pentecostal ministry that stretches like all over the world. I'm pretty sure this church is in Russia. So basically he has two main churches, one in Columbus, Ohio, and then one in Indiana where I'm from. And I guess that's where I'm going to start this story. So in about 2021 when I graduated, which if you guys are familiar with my other YouTube channel, when I posted my graduation video, you guys will remember me saying that I wasn't going to college, that I was about to focus on YouTube 100% and I wasn't interested in college at all. You know, for those of you who didn't watch that video, I barely graduated high school because I wasn't focused on school. I was more so focused on my dreams. You know, I literally did not turn any work or any of that until like the last couple of weeks when the principal was like, yo, we got to get you graduated, man. And I really locked it in. I really went from like all F's because I didn't do any work until like all A's and maybe a B, and then I ended up getting all the credits. I did like 11 classes in 2 weeks and I ended up graduating. And then shortly after that, I moved from my hometown city, which is South Bend, Indiana, and then I moved to Elkhart, Indiana, which Pastor Rod Parsley's second church is at. And I remember my mom just telling me like, yo, Bryce, we gotta go to this church. We gotta go to this church. I'm like, nah, I don't really do mega churches. I don't really do I'm not doing big churches. I didn't even really want to do church at that time, even though I was a Christian. You know what I'm saying? By the way, y'all, this is not my testimony of how I came to Christ. We'll make another video on that later on. This is just how I came to the Bible college. I wasn't really, trying to go to church. I was focused on YouTube. I'm gonna be real. I was making videos day in, day out. I did like 100-day streak of me making gaming videos. I started making money on it. My mom was just like, you need to go to this church. You need to go to this church. I was like, no. I'm not going to the church. For about 2021, 2022, 2023, I think it might have been late 2023, but I finally was like, okay, I'm gonna give this church a try. I'm gonna go one time. I went and I didn't really, it wasn't bad, but wasn't really into the whole church thing. I was stubborn with God, I'm gonna be honest. I was saying that I was a Christian. I was saying that I wasn't necessarily doing any crazy sin, but I wasn't living for God. I was somewhere in between. Problem with that is that you cannot be lukewarm. You can't love God and love evil. You can't love God and money. You can't. And I'll be honest, I was chasing money. I was making a lot of money, let's just say that. And I wasn't really focused on God, even though every New Year's resolution was me saying I'm going to get focused on God, and I wasn't doing that. After I went to that church late in 2023, I was like, yeah, I don't think this is for me. And I didn't really go again. Now, fast forward to 2024, February, March, whatever. I ain't gonna lie, I was chasing after this girl and she was like saying all the right things, she was saying all the right things, and I'm gonna be honest, she did not end up being the one. Let's just say that. I'm not gonna say any more onto that. She just wasn't the one. And it was like early 2024, like February and March, where I was just like, man, I'm done with love. I'm done. Like I was low key saying I was done with God. I'm gonna be honest. And then I started saying like, I'm going to start doing parties. I was going to start smoking. I was going to start sleeping with different women. I was going to go out and do that. I think it was, and then a couple weeks after, on Easter, I just felt something convicting me to just start posting on my Instagram and Snapchat stories and all that, Facebook, all my social medias, to just start preaching the word. I didn't, mind you, I knew some of the Bible, but I didn't know the Bible. Like it just started coming to me and I started posting it. And then my mom saw something and she told me to go get baptized. So I was like, no, I don't really want to get baptized. You know what I'm saying? I'm too young right now to give my life to God. And I had like a couple hours to make that decision to go get baptized. So I did it. After that, everything changed. I felt God calling me right there. And a couple weeks later, and then after that, I started working 2 jobs. I was making even more money. I started boxing. I started going to the gym. Started getting my life together, basically. Started to become more social because I was extremely antisocial. Everything started to line up for me to get to Valor, basically, is what it's looking like. Like, my life was in shambles pretty much, and then all of a sudden, things just started clicking. Like, I got my license. I was driving without a license for a while. I got my license. Like, everything was leading up to me going to Valor. To the store, I'm working 2 jobs, you know what I'm saying? And then I started going to the church. I started going every day. I started going by myself. No one was really going with me. And one day I got off of work. I was working at Red Bull. I got off of work super late. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to church. I'm not going to church. And I remember they said Pastor Parsley and the Valor College students at the time were coming down for the Wednesdays for a Bible study service. And I was like, you know, I got off at like 7 o'clock. Service starts at 7. I'm like, I'm not going to that. My mom just told me to go. So I was like, okay. I went. I saw all the Valor students, the way they were praising, the way they were worshiping. I was like, man, I kind of want that. And then they brought this, then they had this thing called summer internship, where basically you become an intern for the college for the summer, and then you kind of see how it is. And then at that time, I was like, no, I got 2 jobs. I can't go to Columbus, Ohio. Mind you, it's almost 300 miles away. I told my bosses at both jobs, like, yo, I want to go to this internship. And they didn't let me continue those jobs, so I had to quit both of them. I had to give up all of that to go to Valor. And I ended up going, and it changed my life, y'all. It honestly changed my life. We started doing outreaches. We were going everywhere. We had 4-hour worship nights. Seeing the people, fellowshipping with all the students, man, it really changed my life. And I really have to hurry up this story because I only have 10 minutes to do this, or else he'll take away points. So I'm trying to wrap this video up. But after internship, people kept asking me like, yo, are you coming to Valor? I was like, you know what? No, I don't think I am. You know, this was a cool experience. It brought me closer to God, but I don't think I want to come here. And I remember being in my room, like the last couple days of internship, contemplating like, yo, God, should I come here? Should I come to this school? I said, God, give me a random Bible verse to give me a message that if I should come to this school. I asked God to give me a random Bible story. And the Bible story that it went on was Jonah. And Jonah, if you guys don't know, moral of the story was he was told to go to Nineveh and he declined God's offer to go there. And he ended up being swallowed by a fish until he conceded and said, you know what? Let me take myself to Nineveh and start preaching the word. That was the verse that was the chapter. That was the book that it landed on. And me, I'm thinking like, okay, am I Jonah? Like, I didn't want to go to Valor. I didn't want to go to Ohio because I already gave up everything. I had businesses laid out at home. I had jobs. I started boxing. I had everything back there. Family, friends, everything. I had to leave all that behind to come here. And I say this to inspire all of you guys that I felt as if I wasn't equipped to follow God. I felt as if I had way too much to leave behind. But I ended up leaving all that behind to come to Valor. And so far, this is the end of the semester. It has changed my life, y'all. I have learned so much. I have fellowship with so many people. This place really changed my life. And I'm trying to hurry up with this video because I'm running out of time. But if you guys feel as though God is calling you, answer the call. Trust me. Answer the call. There's a saying that says the best way to make God laugh is to show him your plans, because he's going to give you some new plans. And I'm going to end this video before I start to lose points. I love you guys. I'll see y'all in the next video. I got a bunch of videos that I can be making over this break, so I'm going to get to editing those. See y'all next video. Peace.